what's interesting is lots of people always say to me, what is ESG? And that's not an easy thing to explain, but it's a little bit like when we've started women's health groups, we've started our neurodiversity group. It's almost like just having that set of guidelines and aspirations where we know where we're trying to get to, if that makes sense. So I think it's important to have that responsibility, and that actually it's not a standalone department. It comes into every department. So it comes into HR, into management, and so it's something that's interwoven like a set of values. So we know what our core values are. And to me, it's one of the ways I struggle with explaining what ESG is, because it's actually a value that matters to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that's cool. And for organisations that are now employing or contracting dedicated ESG roles, what opportunities do you think that gives to them as an organisation against others that aren't employing within those roles?
I think it starts to join the dots in their companies and outside of the companies, because you start to recognise yourself. So referencing core values last time, you start to recognise actually that's important to me, and there's someone in that company I can talk to about that, whether I'm a buyer, a client, a vendor. I can see that that company's core values matter because they have a dedicated ESG person. So they're looking internally, but they're looking externally as well. And that gives you that whole, there's my person. There's someone I can learn from and actually tell them what my needs are as well.
Yeah, agreed completely. And finally, somebody coming into the broadcast industry, taking on an ESG role. Yeah, I know. What top tip would you give them?
Or it's hard to say just one top tip, isn't it? But I would say find your community, because I think on face value, you think they're not there, but they are. They really are. And obviously corporate Star Awards, what you do, because then you're not a lone voice and you're not this sort of strange person that cares about this. Actually, if you find your community, then I think, yeah, you can just do it together, and you can actually be competition, someone that you would consider competition. It then gives you that joint role, because I just think it's going to inject life into the industry, and we need that.